What's up, guys? It's Battleface TV. We're back with another video. I've been doing a lot of remote duel regionals and in-person regionals, and it hasn't been going well, so I've lost a lot of motivation to make videos. But I decided to bring you guys a video today because it's Thursday and Alliance Insight's coming out, and I might as well put this video out right before the new format comes and absolutely ruins the deck I'm about to show you guys. But without further ado, I'm going to show you guys my 6-3 at every regional I've been at. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. Crystron Kashtira deck profile. Let's get into it. Alright guys, without further ado, this is my Kashtira Crystron deck list, slash profile, whatever. I'll just run down the regionals I went to, slash played in with this deck. My first ever remote regional, I went X4, not good, but I was still getting used to remote duels entirely. And then I immediately played in one the following week. I went X3, and then I went to South Park, went X3 again. Then I played in 2 more remote regionals back to back, and I went X3 again. So when I'm kidding you, when I'm saying I went X3, I'm not lying. But without further ado, let's get into the deck profile. I'm just gonna move these over here. So let's get into it. This deck's fairly budget, especially since some of the cards got reprints. This deck is very, very cheap and very accessible, and I think it's going to be a good rogue pick going into Alliance Insight. But let's get into it. Its worst matchup is Malice, obviously, because White Binder is a card. But yeah, 3 Crystron Smiger. This is the heart and soul of the deck. You always want to get him in graveyard. So you can banish it, the Search a Spell Trap. Most of the time, you're linking this off. You're not using the on-field effect. But if you ever need a way to get it out of your hand, spoiler alert, I don't play Droplet. I probably should, which is probably like the one change I'm making to this deck list. But I also played 3 Solfafnir. Solfafnir lets you pitch a Crystron card, accept itself to summon and pop a card on the field, including itself. So if you draw a Smiger, and this is like probably the best 2-card combo you could have in the deck, because if they even they ash Smiger, they ash this, you go, okay, sweet. I go this, add inclusion. It's broken. That's it for like the 3 ofs in the deck. Really, not a lot. For the 2 ofs, we play the best card in the deck, Crystron Tristalos. Anytime your opponent activates a monster or card effect, quick effect, you can special a Crystron monster from your deck and then immediately synchro summon using that monster and monsters you control. And then in the graveyard, you can banish this card. If it resolves, you destroy a synchro on your field and you summon up to 2 Crystron names from your deck. This card is broken. I want to play 3, but it doesn't do anything on its own, so you always play 2 because the grind game is real. But yeah, you play 2, and then you play 2 of the new card, Crystron Sulfador. Target a Crystron card on your field, destroy it, and if you and then it locks you into machine synchros if you use that summon effect. And then on summon, it lets you dump up to 2 Crystron cards from your deck to the graveyard. This card's really good starter. You can like normal summon like a brick from your hand, and then you can go effect pop it, effect dump 2, and then just try and combo that way. That's it for the 2 ofs. Nothing special. And then for the 1 ofs, we play Citri and Twistfern. These are the 2 bricks. I hate drawing this card. I hate drawing this card even more. Twistfern's, every time I got into a game 3, I always saw this fucker in my hand. But again, summons from grave to synchro summon, banishes to add a monster, destroy a card on field, summon a Crystron from your deck. These cards are your hard garnets. In simplified game states though, like turn 3, turn 4, where you can't kill them, Citri is good for like that grind game. And also, fun fact, you cannot use any other monsters except for when you're using just Citri. You can't use any other monsters except this and the card that you summon back. So you can't like use any cards on field, which sucks. But that's it for the Crystron monsters. And then for the spell traps, we play 3 inclusion. Searches a Crystron card on summon and then revives a Crystron card by banishing it. This card is broken. This card is a 1-card combo by itself. Ends you on Infinity, Dawn Dragster, Tristalos, Cluster with like 4 cards in hand. It's broken. Yeah. And then we play 1 cluster. Target a card on your field, on your opponent, on any field, destroy it, and if you do, shuffle back a Crystron card from your deck or banish into the deck. Also, your opponent cannot banish Crystron cards you control. So if your opponent tries to go like, the only thing that this doesn't work against is like evenly because you're the one banishing them. But I think this card's still pretty good. And the last card we play is 1 Foolish Burial. Shout out Will for getting me the Lost Art because I didn't like the original, but this is full combo. It doesn't end you on the same board. It ends you on, I think it still ends you on, it ends you on the same board, but you have to go about it a little differently. And then I did play cash cards in my deck. I played 3 copies of Fenrir. Probably should have played 2. I think that's the one change I probably would have made. I probably should have played 2 Fenrir, but I also did play 3 Unicorn. Unicorn is the better one. Obviously, with people's extra decks getting tight, ripping their extra deck is phenomenal. And then for the last cash card, we played 1 Birth, a brick. I remember playing against a Blue Eyes player at a remote regional, and I hand trapped him twice, but then we just kept bricking. And then I had Birth in hand, so I literally was just sitting on Birth, and then I top decked the Unicorn, and I'm like, oh god, yes, we're in there. But yeah, that's it for the cash cards. And then the best part about this deck is you can play a lot of non-engine. So I played 3 Ash, stops chummies. You really specifically lose to Perulia, because this version does summon a lot from the hand. You give them like 3 draws. So you need a way to stop them. Then you play 3 Fualos. I think this is the best chummy period. I don't care what anybody says. Then I chose to play 3 Droll. This was a mistake. I should have been playing 3 Droplet because that card's just good right now. And going into Alliance Insight. But the MVP hand trap, I want to spend like a little bit of time talking about today, and I'll probably make a full video on it. Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This card has been insane for me. I didn't play it at South Park or my first remote because I didn't have access to the card. But shout out my boy Eddie. He gave me a lot of reason to try this card out. And I didn't even test with it much. I literally just put it in my deck list, played it the next weekend, and Bell was insane. Belling cards like Eclipse Twin. You can use it in the damage step because it does negate the activation. But it's really, really good. I belled Wanted, I belled Engravers. There was a card that I actually, if I didn't bell it, I lost. It's called Scourge of the White Forest. So my opponent was playing, obviously, White Forest. And he ended on the synchro that books your cards face down and Scourge and like the Book of Moon. So what the card does is you tribute a synchro monster, negate a card on the field. Then if you tribute a White Forest synchro, you can revive a White Forest monsters from your graveyard, and you can't bell it if they tribute like any old synchro. But like if it's a White Forest synchro, oh, this card's live. This card single-handedly saved me from losing that game, that match actually, because it was game 3. But I love Bell. This card's really, really good. I think from now on, I don't think there's a deck I'm gonna play without this card in it. And then for the other cards I played 1 Talent, 1 Called By. They're both at 1. I notice how I don't play Crossout. I think Crossout is generically just bad now that it's at 1. I can make a whole video about that if y'all want. But I just don't like Crossout. Never been a fan. And then for the last card, I played Triple Imprint. Nothing special. Best hand trap in the game. Plays around Talents, plays around Thrust. Bad into Fiendsmith combo, but you know what I mean. And then for the Crystron extra deck, before I go, shout out my boy Chris Pike for getting me these sleeves, and Corey Wooten. This is fucking hilarious, and I love you guys. For context, he had just won a 3v3, and you see the little TikTok in my video, that's his deck profile. But I had posted a video that same day, and this is him watching the video, and I absolutely love it. But without further ado, let's get into it. I played 2 Skeletus. Add the back a Crystron card from grave to hand. And then if it's destroyed by card effect or battle, you can summon a Crystron monster from your graveyard. One Koyon Gondrax. This card is a house against Fiendsmith, against any card that any deck that isn't Malice, but it banishes up to the number of synchro materials you use. And notice you do have to use 2 tuners. So my opponents were looking at me funny when I had Tristalos, a level 5, and then I'd summon a Citri from deck. They were like, is that legal? I was like, yes, it is. But yeah, banishes 2, and then if they destroy this by battle, you can revive any Crystron tuner from your banish pile. And actually any banished monster, sorry, I lied, any banished monster. So you can literally summon a Fenrir from your banished pile. It's awesome. And then for the generic synchros, I chose to play High Speed or Chambara. A lot of people are playing Hagoita. I don't like that card. Now that Raiju's not the best deck in the room. Otherwise, I would be playing Hagoita over Chambara. But it does come up for situations where you need to kill your opponent because they can attack twice. But yeah, this is a good card. I like it. And then I played a Samurai Destroyer, an FA Don Draxter. These 2 are pretty common. Samurai Destroyer is how you play it on Nib. And then because you can just revive a machine when it sends a grave. And then Don Dragster is Spell Trap Negate by reducing its level. You can use this when it's level 5 plus Tristalos, and then you summon a Citri, and you just use all 3 to make a Koyan Gondrax. But yeah, these cards have been clutch for me all weekend. I don't think there's a weekend where I didn't summon those. And then originally this slot was Typhon, but my teammate Johnson convinced me to play a different card, which is Dark Strike Fighter. This is your time card. There's really nothing too much to say about it. It did win me a game because game 3, he bricked, and then he attempted to Lancea me after I normal summoned Tristalos. I just made a Dark Strike Fighter, and then I domed him for game because he was I think 1,000 off. Yeah, so he had 1,000 life points left. So after we got into a grind, I made this, and then I went effect, and then he Lancea'd me, and then I went effect, target, pop, summon, and then I went Dark Strike Fighter, tribute, burn for game. Very good card. The most you can do is 24 because you play a level 12 machine monster. But yeah, that's it for the synchros. This was a pain to find, and I mean it was a pain. Shout out Top Deck Gaming at Pleasant Hills, Pennsylvania, aka South Park, for even having this card. This is a very old card, but I am so glad I found it. And then for the XCs, oh, I forgot one more synchro. Legacia. Again, shout out to South Park, Top Deck Gaming. They only had the CR or the QCR, and I was very upset because I only wanted the Ultra, but beggars can't be choosers. Draw a card, pop a monster on your opponent's field with the highest attack. I like it more for the draw. So what I did against my opponent at South Park is I bricked really bad, but I had Sanctum, Lancea, Fenrir, Imperm, and Tristalos. So I went Special Fenrir, Search Unicorn, Dormus Tristalos, Set Sanctum, Set Imperm, Pass. So Set Sanctum, Pass. So I activated Sanctum, summoned Lancea, and I didn't use it because I needed the extra draw. So he activated Terraforming. I changed Tristalos, summoned another level 5, made Legacia, drew a card, and then he activated Underground. I Lancea'd him, and he passed. And then I drew into an actual starter. So I was very happy. But this card's clutch. And then for the XCs, obviously you play the boys, Nova and Infinity. Never thought I'd see myself making a deck profile with Cyber Dragon cards in it. Crazy. Nova can summon you out. I'll just put this here now. Nova can summon out Mechaba if it goes to the graveyard. So if they nib you on Nova summon, you just go, okay, sweet. Nova Samurai Destroyer, summon Mechaba, summon Infinity, you still get there. Infinity is just a really good Omni Negate. Easy way to clear material that can't be destroy. You just go effect, target, absorb, and then you just don't give it back. But yeah, I think this card's clutch. And then I play Draco Sack because if you draw Unicorn Fenrir or Fenrir Birth, it is full combo. Yeah, I can't say too much about it. And then for the links, I played Clockwork Knight, SP, Cherubini, Clearing Things, Send Smiger, Away to Link Off Smiger. That's all I got to say. That's it really for the extra deck. I guess I'll show you guys the side deck. It's nothing too fancy. For the side deck, Lancia. I hate this card, but you have to play it. It's a necessary evil because you also lose. You lose to it way harder than Malice does, especially because against Malice now you have to like shotgun Lancia, which is like really bad. But against Crystron, you can just like wait until they set up and then Lancia them, and it's like, okay, I literally can't play the game. But yeah, 3 Lancia, Mag, Druid, Baldrake. This is going to be Droll on the side deck. I should be making Droplet, but originally I was playing Perulias. Shout out Mario. So these are just Perulias. Imagine they're Perulias. Yeah, imagine they're Perulias. Thrust. Being able to set any floodgate or search talent or search any board breaker in the game is broken. Any generic regular spell card that's a board breaker. And then we play 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Duster. We hate Labyrinth. We are Labyrinth haters. And then for the final 3 cards, I chose to play Gnomes, Sanctum, DDG. If you're thrusting into DDG, it's better to have Citri on your field. Citri, Chistalo Citri. That way you can summon a level 5 and then just make Koi on Gondrax. Because you don't care about your graveyard on your opponent's turn, but you do care about it a lot on your turn. And then Sanctum, summon Lancia, Gnomes, really good against Razgil, really good against Mitsurugi. This card, I think ever since I started playing this card, it'll never leave my side deck as long as Razgil is in the format. But that's it for the deck profile. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys at the Indie Regional in 2 weeks if you're going. And just make sure to come up, say hi. I'll be taking pictures. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.